Good afternoon, children. Welcome to today's class. So today we'll go for the fourth chapter, that is an ideal home. As I told you that we are reading this chapter into two parts. One in the form of the character. We have seen Aisha and the Neerad. On the other form, we will see in the form of the features of an ideal home. So in the last class, children, in the last video, we have discussed about the two characters which were living in the different conditions and having their different lifestyle. Isn't it, children? Both are different, Aisha and Neerad. So we have understood about that. Now we will go for the features of an ideal home. It is very much important, children. As you know that here, in our next slide, I will show you now features of an ideal home. So in the last class, we were discussing that some points we have to remember for our maintenance of our house. Children, make it clear that remember always, if the home is not big, if the home is big or small, never important, but it should be neat, clean and hygienic, children, because if it is clean, neat and tidy, then only our environment looks good, isn't it? Then we will be safe, children, from all our these obstacles, you can say. So how we can make our home an ideal home? For that we have to follow some points, children, isn't it, in our day-to-day life. So firstly we will go for the first one, that is most important thing, sunlight, children. I will show you now. Yes, sunlight. So children, you can find that every day when you wake up in the morning, we will have a sunrise in our home, isn't it? Why it is important, children, sunlight? Because as you know that in a day there are 12 hours for the day and 12 hours for the night. So during the day we should have the sunlight for not only for us, not only for the people, but also for the crops to grow, children. On the other hand, 12 hours in the night will be the sleeping. But here, to make our home ideal, the most important thing is sunlight. How it is helpful to us, children, we will see now. It brightens our home and keeps the rooms dry. The sunlight keeps the germs away. There should be sufficient windows or verandas to get plenty of sunlight. And as well as, children, sunlight is a rich source of vitamin D, which strengthens our bones. An ideal home should have a chimney or an exhaust fan to let the smoke out. This helps in keeping those house free from odor and pollution. So see, children, here I will show you now. So this is the rays of the sun, children. Every day in the morning when we will wake up, we have to open the curtains and open the windows so that the rays of the sunlight can directly come into our floor, isn't it? So that what it can happen here, what it can kill the germs, and as well as the fresh air can enter inside and all the dirty air can go outside. For that reason, children, every day in the morning when we wake up, the most important thing we have to do to remove our curtain and open the window. Why? Because we have to allow the rays of the sunlight to enter our home, children. Okay, children, this is the most important thing, sunlight. Then we have to go for the next important point. We have to remember to make our home an ideal, that is ventilation, children. I will show you now, children. Your next slide. Yes. So children, what is these two things I am showing to you? On the left hand, you can see now here. This is called ventilator, children. In everyone's house it should be there. What is the work of that? Nothing but it will remove the dirty air from the home and allows the fresh air to get inside, isn't it? So that which kind of smell will not come to us? Odor smell. Odor means what? Dear, bad smell, you can say. And as well in the same time, on this one right side, the windows also should be open, children. Why? Because the fresh air can enter our home and the bad air can go outside, children. So for that reason, the ventilation plays an important role to make our home an ideal, children. So remember, children, ventilation is very much important nowadays in each and everyone's house, children. Next we will go for the sanitation, children. Before that we have to see how the ventilation will help us. Windows and doors should face each other to allow free flow of fresh air. They also easier the outlet of the dirty air from the home, which is necessary for our health. So as I told them, children, windows should be open and the ventilator should be on there, isn't it? So remember, children, you have to install the ventilator in your new home or presently where you are living. There should be a ventilator. Why? With the help of that, it is help that it allows the fresh air to get inside and as well as it remove the dirty air from the home. It is very much important, children. Keep in mind, ventilator is very much important. Next we will go for the next one, that is the sanitation, children. Yes. So you can find here the image of the sanitation. You can be wondering that what is this drainage system here, isn't it? What is the role of drainage in our home? We will see now, children. An ideal home must have proper drainage system. To remove the dirty water, the drain should be covered and cleaned regularly to prevent the breeding of flies, germs, mosquitoes and cockroaches. A proper drainage system protects us from diseases like malaria, dengue, cholera, etc. The dustbin should have a lid and it must be cleaned every day. So children, the sanitation also plays an important role. Nowadays, sanitize means what here? Nowadays, during this COVID period, we have to sanitize our hand every day because it will protect us from germs, isn't it? And as well as the drainage system, nothing but we may have seen, children, here all this water is going on there. What is water known as? Nothing but the drainage water. It has to be go outside and join to the other flow of water, so that our home should be free of bacteria, mosquitoes and other kind of germs which are very harmful to our life, children. So for that reason, sanitation plays an important role to make our home an ideal. Next, we'll go for the next important point. We have to take care of that. That is doors and windows, children. I'll show you in the next slide. Yes. So children, what is this picture known as doors and windows? I will show you now. Just a minute. This is known as windows. This is known as doors, and this is known as the fly meshed window door, children. Fly meshed window door. About this, we will see in the next point now. Doors and windows. A good house should have two doors, a wooden door and a wire and fly mesh door. The window should have fly mesh to keep flies and mosquitoes away and allow fresh air. So children, as you know that nowadays we are experiencing the monsoon season, also known as rainy season. So in the evening there is a chance of more mosquitoes will enter our house. For that reason, we should have in our home the net mesh door, children, in the both for the windows as well as for the door, so that we can avoid the mosquitoes to enter our home, children. So keep in mind, the doors and windows plays an important role to make our home an ideal, children. Not only it is okay to have a door and window, but we should have the mesh there, so that the mosquitoes can't enter our home, children. So remember, children, doors and windows also plays an important role. Next, we will go for the water supply, children. Yes. So children, next important point, we have to take care of our home, that is the water supply. So we can see, children, here what is this? This is nothing but we can find now. This is a big storage tank, children. What is this? This is a big storage tank. How much water it can store? You can see here 5,000 liters, children. How much? Not only less amount but more amount of liter it can be stored. Why need with the water, children? In our day-to-day life, water plays an important role in our life, because without water we can't survive, children. But without food we can survive for 20 days, but without water only for 2 days, children. So remember, water plays an important role in our life as well as in our home. What are the importance of water here? We will see now in our next important point, water supply, children. An ideal home must have sufficient water supply for bathing, washing clothes, cleaning utensils, wiping floors, etc. The scarcity of water can lead to unhygienic surroundings. Drinking water must be stored in clean and covered vessels. Storage tanks must be cleaned at a regular interval. So children, keep remember that in mind. Water plays an important role in our life. We have to use water in a less amount, so that we can conserve for the future generation. If you consume large amount of water nowadays, then nothing will be left for the future generation, which will come for now, isn't it, for your generation. So for that reason, we have to use the water in less amount, isn't it, children? And we have to not waste the water, because water is very precious, children. So it also plays an important role in our home, children, water supply. Next, we will go for the next important point, that is the safety, children. In my next slide, I will show to you, children. Yes. When the words comes, children, safety, it is very important. Now here I am remembering one point, children, that follow safety every day. Follow safety every day because safety has no holiday. So remember, children, follow safety every day because safety has no holiday. In the same way, safety plays an important role in our life, not only in our day-to-day life, but also it is plays an important role in our home, children. So to keep our home safe, what we have to do here, we will see now, children. You can find here two pictures. Here I will show you once. This is just a minute, children. I will show you now. Yes, you can find a door here, children. This is a normal door which you and me are having in our home, and this part plays an important role, children. This part, what is this? That is a spy eye, children. How it help us? It help us before opening the door. We have to look into that who is there outside, whether it is stranger or our relatives. If it is our stranger, then we have to not open the door, children. If with the relatives, maybe father, mother who go on outside, if they have to come, then only we have to open the door, children. This is called here spy eye, children. And the next one you can see, children. This is a picture of a home here, normal home, big house it is, and this part, this is called here, children, fence. Fence also plays an important role, children, in keeping the home safe. How it plays an important role, when we will see about that in our next important point, that is the safety, children. The door and windows should have bolts and locks. The main door must have a spy eye to ensure that the door is not open to the strangers. There should be a wall or a fence all around the house to keep animals and strangers out. There should be a proper system of escape in case of fire or other natural calamity. So children, once again I will show you now. See here carefully. Yes, this is the normal door, children, and this is a spy eye. It should be there in each and everyone's house so that we can avoid the strangers to enter our home, especially during the night, children. And here on the right side, this is a normal home, children, and this house is having a fence so that the animals and strangers can't enter to the house. This plays an important role. For that reason, safety is very much important for our home, children. Now we will go for the next slide, children. Next important point. That is cleanliness, children. Cleanliness, isn't it? So before going into this, children, as you know that I will tell you two things, that cleanliness is very much important in our home, children, because if the home is not clean, if it is dirty, then we have to suffer from so many diseases, children. And as well as it is our important duty to make it safe, isn't it? To clean it every day. How we can do it here? What are the things we have to see? You can see, children, here. This person is cleaning the furniture, children, isn't it? This, what is this doing person in the image here? He is cleaning the furniture. Like him, we also have to do the work, children. What kind of work? Small kind of work. For example, cleaning the furniture. Now we will see, children, how we can make our home neat and clean. What we have to do every day. Our next point, that is about the cleanliness. Cleanliness, a house should be kept neat and clean. The furniture and other things should be dusted every day. Floors should be wiped with disinfectant. Things should be kept in proper places. It keeps the house neat, tidy, and saves a lot of time. So children, it is our important duty in our home that we should help our parents to reduce their burden. What kind of work? Small thing we can do. We can dust the furniture. We can clean the dining table. We can clean the television. All these things are very much important to look our home neat and clean, children. Okay, so keep in mind the cleanliness plays an important role in making our home an ideal, children. Next, we'll go for the next important point, children. Next slide. It is here, children. Yes, the last but very important topic, it is garbage disposal. So before going to the children, we'll read once the next topic. This is our next, that is garbage disposal. A clean home and a neighborhood require an efficient system of garbage disposal so that heaps of the garbage do not harm the people or the environment. The people must separate those items that can be reused or recycled to reduce the amount of garbage. The garbage should be disposed of from the surroundings on daily basis. So children, in this image, what you are seeing. I will show you now, just a minute children. This is a lady throwing the garbage in different garbage bin children. Why is she doing like that? Because she is dividing the garbage into 3 groups, isn't it? For example, green, red and blue. Green means which is related to vegetables, isn't it? Fruits and vegetables, garbage you can say. Next one, the blue, which are the plastic items, you can say, we have to throw in that dustbin. And one more here children, very important, that is the which bin? Red. The red, which is color, we have to throw only the medical items, isn't it? For example, syringes, all those things we have to throw in the garbage bin. So for that reason, we should be very careful children, that where we should throw the garbage, we have to always throw the garbage in the dustbin. We should never throw the garbage on the streets. If we throw on the streets, then we will get the foul smell, and as well as the people around us also feel so dirty about our cleanliness and our neighborhood children. For example, we will see now that garbage plays an important role in our keeping our home neat and clean. So remember children, garbage always should be thrown in the dustbin, not on the streets, isn't it children? So make it clear, and you have to tell your parents also children, isn't it? Then lastly children, we have to do the conclusion of this chapter. What we have to remember at the last, we'll see now. We are all responsible for protecting the natural environment. We should keep fresh plants around our house. We must plant trees in our colony. We should live in harmony inside our home and with our neighbors. The cooperation, sharing and caring creates a friendly environment. Apart from all these points, we have to take care of our neighborhood and our surroundings children. It is very much important, because neighborhoods plays an important role in our life, isn't it? And as well as we have to follow some principles in our day-to-day life. Which are those principles? Cooperation, sharing and caring, isn't it? And always children, we have to maintain a good relationship with our neighbors, because neighbors, we have to respect them, because in our emergency they are the alone who will help us, because our relatives will be living very far away. To come here, they will take some time, but apart from that, neighbors who are beside to us, they play an important role. For that reason, we have to respect our neighbors, and as well as we have to keep our surroundings neat and clean. Okay children? Next, very important point children, a house may be big or small, it may be in a village or in a city, but it must be clean, safe and comfortable to live in. So children, no one will ask that how is your home, small or big, whether you are living in a palace or any other place, but the most important thing is that how we will keep our home neat, clean and it should be comfortable to for others also children. So by this we have completed the chapter children. I hope you understood this video. Again,